Hi, today I wanted to demonstrate two different Canva apps that basically do the same thing. One is called FrameMaker and the other is Image to Frame. Image to Frame is quite new and I think FrameMaker's been around for a while, but they do a very similar function and I thought I'd show you how. I'm Kim from Be Your Own Graphic Designer and a Canva Canvassador. And let's go to my screen and we'll see how the two of these work and compare. If you've watched any of my videos, you'll find the apps down here on the left-hand side of your screen. Let me click on that. And to find apps, you can either type it in here, or you can type in FrameMaker and you'll see what you get. But you can just scroll down, and this is one of the ones we're going to be looking at, Image to Frame. And the other one is much further down. And it's this one, FrameMaker. I've already opened screens with these on to save some time, but you just click on these and it opens up and tells you you can either use them in an existing design or you can start a new design. I'm going to go over to FrameMaker and you can see this is where it opens up. And I've done it as an Instagram post just so you can see it quite easily. And basically, it's very simple to use. And as it says here, double click anywhere on the preview to create a new point. And this is how you can change your design. I can just double click on any of these points and I can change this shape significantly. And just keep double clicking. I do love this sheep on the hill in the background. And with any Canva design that has this hill and sky and cloud, it means that you can either put a block color in it or a video or an image. And it just will fit into that shape. Let's add a few more points. So tick on that one, I can actually put it in. And you can add loads of these. You can see all the points that you can add to really change the shape and make it interesting if you want to. I'm just going to do this one because I was always in. And as you can see, I can then move it once I've created this. And I don't think I'm going to create anything that makes any sense. Just doing this random design here. And now I've got my random design. But I also want to show you the other thing you can do is remove a point very easily. Again, click on the remove a point. And where you have the X's, you can cross it out and just take out that point. It's almost started to look like a star, quite accidentally, I can assure you. You can see how easy it is to use. I've got grid snapping on, which means it'll stick to the grid points. I can remove that very easily, and then it makes it slightly smoother to move everything, which is quite nice, because I haven't got that grid snapping. I just thought I'd show you how you do that. So then carrying on down here, they have different shapes, and if I click on See All, you can see there are quite a few to choose from. The standard shapes. Well, that's a much better style than the one that I was fiddling with. So you may want to start with one of those. It should be a lot easier if that's what you want. I've got this weird design now. The other option you have with FrameMaker is you can convert, and that's this one down here where they've got a cat image with a lock on it. If I click, that then takes me to this Convert tab, or I could just have clicked on the Convert tab at the top. It says to convert any design into a Canva frame with FrameMaker Pro. This is the Pro service, and you get a 7-day free trial with it, but you do have to sign up for it. Let's have a look. I clicked on that because I wanted to see what happens. I wanted to show you. It goes to a website called Repixo, but it opens up here, which is starting your 7-day free trial, or cost is $9.99, the premium account, which is quite reasonable. And there also is lots of other information on this site about how to use the FrameMaker app and how you can do different things with it, which is great. That's FrameMaker. And now let's just show you how, if I go back to the design and the create, click on that. I have to go down here and add to design. Stretch it out a little larger. And then we'll go to elements and we'll add a photo into there. Error. background, I think I'll be doing a dog rather than a cat for change. Let's get photos. I'll use this cute lab puppy over it. And there you can see I've just chopped it up into looking very bizarre. But the gist is to demonstrate how you can do this. As always, with an image that you've added to a frame, when I double click on it, I can then adjust it and move it. It's a bit more difficult to make it work on the frame. But you can see I hopefully will now have his image in a bit better. I now have a part face of the dog. The next frame maker is a very similar principle. Let me go to where I've opened this already. This one's called Image to Frame. And you can see from this comment that I've had a problem getting this to work. You need to make sure that you have a less than 1 megabyte image. And also you need to follow these tips for the best performance. Images with a transparent background that contain only one object. And if you're going to use a multiple image, you need to process it through several applications. It is taking me a lot longer to get this right because I keep choosing files that are over 1 megabyte. And I've now made my file smaller and without a background. I use background remover on it. I'm going to add that. And let's see what happens now. If I click, it should add the frame to the design. And here you can see, as I open it up a bit larger, that I have a horse's head. Although it has split it up a little, it's not been quite perfect. Let's go back to Elements. I'm going to add this one to here. And as you can see, for some reason it has cut that middle section. I'm not quite sure why. It hasn't quite worked the way it should have. If I double click again and move the horse a little bit, it might help. So you get more of the horse's head. Let's try that. And that's a bit more realistic. But I still have that very odd stripe down it, which I'm not quite sure why it created that. If I go back, close this down, and I go back to the app, I think with this one, it's probably better to go to their Framestore. I've already clicked on that, and from their Framestore, you can see it's not a 7-day trial, but 4 free uses before you try any more. And they do offer free accounts for students and teachers, which is really nice. Let's go and look at their account. And here they have some very interesting designs. You do have to upgrade for them and go Pro, which I haven't clicked yet because I didn't want to use my credits. They also have how to make a frame in Canva and other useful videos. Let me go and see how I upgrade. And it says that I have to have a 1 year's price or a 1 month. I'm not going to do that because I'm not that happy with these anyway. But you can see you have to sign up to use this to even get your full free uses. And obviously then you'd need to remember to cancel. It does say one-time payment, no auto renewal, but it's for a year or you can have it for a month. And really the difference between the costs suggests that a year is better than a month. If you are using frames for images, then it might be worth it, but I'm not really sure. They do have some very nice designs, but I don't know how often you'll use this. It's not something I would use very often, but perhaps it's something you will. I found them a bit frustrating to use. It's just as easy to use Canva's existing frames. But I thought it would be worthwhile taking a look at these apps. I hope that's been helpful in helping you decide whether you want to use these or not. I look at new apps or new features on Canva on a regular basis. Please tick the notify box below and you'll know when I next record a video. I hope that helps, and I'll see you soon.